Good morning, everybody. We are going to be talking about some news today. We're going to talk about the last item on the series for Doom Tower, putting together not Doom Tower, Hydra, last item on Hydra, which is putting together a Hydra team based on the data that we've collected. So we're all set to go. But first, we're gonna do a little cleanup and grab onto everything that we need. So that way we can get everything taken care of. Oh, yes. We'll clean all this garbage up. And we'll go to grab onto our rewards. Collect. What do we get? Do we get anything good? No. Yes. We got a good piece there. And yes. Wasn't great, but I mean, what do you expect? And here. Collect 410 gold bars. That gets me enough to get another ancient shard, which is something that is greatly needed. Yes, I know I could get much further in this. I just don't take the time to do it. I just don't do it. I really don't do it. And we have our clan boss. Let's see what we get from him. I did the extra attack yesterday, so let's see what we have in store for us today. Nothing. If I got anything, I'd be surprised. Nothing. So brutal is nothings. Nightmare, come on. Ooh, that's a double hit on Nightmare on the first one. That's awesome. I like that. And then nothing. But still, two. Getting two out of Nightmare is really good. Ultra Nightmare. There's one. Oh, look at that. A Sacred and a Lego book. We got three out of here. That's good. Gotta like that. Let's grab onto our attacks here real quick. Get them out of the way. We made the 80 that's necessary, or 70 that's necessary. And then there we go. We are in a good place. And we're about to build. Let's go over some news first. No. Yes. So, first things first. If we come into the home and we go into the raid digest, there's a couple things here. Siegfried, he doesn't put a block damage out when he's getting his last little bits of life killed off by bombs, HP burn, or poison. And the reason for that is it stops the final death blow. But that's not a death blow. That's a debuff. Not a big deal. His past, nothing's changing there. There are other fixes. Fina, Blade of blah, blah, blah. And White King. they have issues where Enfeeble doesn't work against them. And because of that, they are getting fixed in the next patch. So expect those to come through. Outside of that, we are, that's pretty much the news. Outside of, I happen to notice Fortune Deck of Fate has festival points in it. So how much do you want to bet that either the last or second to last card you flip will be your festival points? So that means anybody who's trying to get that 5-star for Armand's, if you don't have it by Fortune Deck of Fate, you're probably going to have to do all of that. I am saving currently. I'm trying to get my money. I'm trying to get my energy. I'm trying to get my gems. I'm trying to get everything up high so I can be ready for the next one. I don't have hardly anything here. I'm going to need a lot in here to be able to go on. I feel fairly confident I will, but yeah, this is not a good look right now for me going into the next, trying to get the next guy. So that's where I sit there. Let's build our Hydra team. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to get our Hydra options open here. Now, first off, we need a Head of Decay guy. And right now, my Head of Decay guy, I just built him yesterday, is going to be Grisor, Iron Guts. So, let's create a new file. Or wait, let's just do it right here in Hydra. And let's put together a new team. We'll put it right here. Okay, so we want Grisor Iron Guts, and I believe he's right here. There he is. Okay, so this here will take care of the Head of Decay. I have his resistance high, and I have an extra shield on him from his armor, or from his accessory set. So he should have one more debuff than anybody else. Because of that, we should be countering the Head of Mischief also. So we'll have a Mischief tank. We'll have Iron Guts here tanking and taking out the Head of Decay. So our Head of Torment, the guy that we should use, and the only one that I have on my team, is Truoth. She is good, and she is set to go. Grisor is definitely a DPS. Head of Wrath, I am going to put out White Queen and then make her my lead. And the reason for that is she's the best for the speed for my team. So let's get little White Queen going here. Where are you, Miss White Queen? I know you're here. There you are. And that's, oops, take you out, put you in, then put you back in. So now we've got 4 of the 6 heads covered. 5 of this 6 heads covered, and we're going for head number 6. And of course, we're going to need somebody to bring us back from the head of suffering with some health. I think we're going to pick up a little bit of Pythion on that. And that should cover all 6 heads. Let's give ourselves... I want to put a Hexer on this team. Absolutely want a Hexer. And that gives us a Hexer and some damage. And then we need just a straight up DPS, which will be our wonderful Chrysia. Right now, this is my number 1 team here. This is similar to my number 1 team. I'm going to be very curious how it works compared. I have to go through and make sure that I get all these guys built up properly before I use them. But I will let you know how this works out for me. I will make sure that you guys are aware of how this team stacks up. We went through all the process. We've got everything countered. We've got DPS, boom and boom, and boom. So we have 3 DPSs. So if somebody gets eaten, we should be able to pull them out. We have revivers in case we pass on. We have debuffers. We have 2 debuffers in case they put some debuffs out there. Plus he blocks debuffs. We have Truoth that, to be completely honest, Truoth is one. You know what? I'm going to do a list. I may even do it tomorrow. I'll do a list, a top 5 list soon, where I'm going to just list my guilty pleasure champions. Truoth is one of those guilty pleasure champions. Those champions that you use that they may be acceptable, but they're not the best at what they do. But you're always using them because you love them for some reason. Truoth is one of those. Pig Boy here is another one for me. But I have some really... He is definitely one of them. Eric's, I use her everywhere. Sheminath, I use her everywhere. And they're not the best at what they do. Other people do what they do and do it better. And I have them on my team and I still use the worst guys. Yeah. The cow, same thing. Much better options on my team, and yet I don't. Why? I don't know. I got a love affair for certain guys, and it's frustrating. But on the good side, I have all those guys in good armor and good gear, so that way when I go out to the city, I'm in a better place. Well, I saved it. Let's make sure that it's all saved. And we're good. So I'm not going to belabor the point any. We are in a good place. Oh, because of you guys, because of going through this, that's my highest on Brutal ever. 142. I mean, that rocked. It was really nice to be able to put out that kind of damage. And a lot of it is because of us meeting and figuring this stuff out, figuring out the heads. I can't wait for Wednesday to show you guys what we get because I feel really good about that. So I'm no expert. Before we go any further, and I'm going to see if I can't put out a short on this too. We are going to meet live Mondays and Wednesdays starting next week, maybe even this week. I don't think so because I don't have them put out there yet. But we're going to meet Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays I'm going to meet at noon my time, unless I have meetings for work. But I blocked off noon for lunch, so we're going to meet for a maximum of an hour because then I have to go back to work. But that way people in Europe are going to meet with me at either 6 or 7 o'clock, depending upon daylight savings. And then I'm going to do another one at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays for people based in North America. It might be a little early for the West Coast, but for the most part, that'll be, normal time for everybody else. Because that'll be 4 o'clock Central or 5 o'clock Eastern. So, yes, we are in a good place. We are, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through, and I haven't even checked this out, so I have to validate that the timings are right. But we're going to come in and we're going to do live arena. So I got to find out when the live arena is going, and then I'll firm up those times. So what time does live arena become active? Because that's the goal of the stuff. And asking you guys for help. I am terrible at live arena. As you can see, bronze 3. That's not a good look for somebody who has the equipment I have, for somebody who has the champions that I have. There's no reason at all, none, that I shouldn't be much higher than I am. And I'm pathetic. I admit it, I'm pathetic, but I'm pathetic. And maybe you guys can help me. Maybe this will be the boot in the backside that I need to get moving forward. But that said, I am done with the whole series on Hydra. I've actually become more of a Hydra fan. I know what most of the heads do when I just look at them. I shouldn't say most of the head. I know the 3 heads by looking at them that are painful to me. The ones that are going to cause me to be they're just a pain in the patootie. And guess what? We've now got counters for all those heads on our team. We are sitting in a good place. We can do whatever it is that is needed. We have a good mix of power and non-power. So let's take a peek at what we're doing. To be honest with you, on that team, I think I may replace Truoth with another debuffer just in case. I know what Truoth is there for, though. Truoth puts a global veil on your team, making it so that they can't get the fears and true fears from the head of whatever. From the head of torment. This here gives us that fear, true fear, or the perfect veil, so that way you don't have to deal with it. So we did that one. Oh, I have to go here, guys. I'll talk to you later.